Hey screen printers, Jeffery here with Ryonet. Today we're going to be talking about loading a shirt. This is probably the most important part of the process, and we're going to be using a Rock Eco automatic press, but what you're going to learn is going to work just as well in a manual. Let's talk about just getting this set up here. So what I like to do is you obviously have a screen printing cart, you're going to bring your shirts up, and really personal preference, you're going to decide how you're going to start with your shirts, whether you want them facing up or whether you want them upside down, and I'll show you the difference between those two. What you have here, this is 72 shirts. So this is what 72 shirts would look like. Depending on the size of your run, this stack might get up to about right here. In my experience, about 360 shirts, 5 cases, is about as high as you're going to want to go depending on how high you're going to have to reach. So let's take a look at loading a basic single t-shirt one at a time on a press looks like. And again, we're going to be using an automatic screen printing press here, but the principles are the same on a manual. So what I like to do is, again, pick it up off the cart. I get a nice little tight pull there, and you're going to notice when you do that, you're actually going to see a little bit of a crease there in the shirt. A lot of people might refer to that as a printer's crease. That is not a printer's crease. That's what happens at the mill during the tubular process of making the t-shirt. You will see that. A lot of printers have lost a whole lot of money assuming that's a center line. It's merely a reference point, so be sure you're aware of that. So as I pull my t-shirt off of the cart, I get a nice little tight pull there, and I like to rock forward. And as I rock forward, my motion coming backwards is I'm pulling the shirt with me. Now, that motion of pulling the shirt with me gives me play left and right. And so that's what I use to adjust it. Now, you'll notice when I pulled on the arm seams. This is very important. This is a true visualization of what is the center of the shirt. Obviously, you want equal distance from the edge of your pallet to this arm seam as you do from this arm seam. So what that's going to make sure that happens is that the center of your shirt is going downward. Now, we have one more variable, the diagonal going backwards. Now, I wish I had some cure-all, end-all, works-every-time solution to that, but that's just going to be experience and working through it. But for now, let's talk about actually picking the shirt up off of the cart. Personal preference here, you have 2 ways of doing this. One, you can start with the t-shirt facing up. In this case, I like to stay up as the front side, tag up. That's how I load. Again, that's how I learned. That's how, when my first tech came in there and showed me, that's how he did it. So personal preference, a lot of people actually will use these shirts upside down. But for me, remember the motion, the rock forward motion. As I come back, I grab my next shirt. Again, you see that pull right there. So that pull, again, now I'm in a position to rock forward. So let's look at that again. As I've loaded the last shirt, as I come back here, I simply grab, pull. This gives me a little bit, rock forward, rock backwards. If with the t-shirts facing up you were struggling or it just didn't fit your style, try turning them over here. Now what you're going to notice is as you lean back, you can come in here, pull your hand through, and rock forward. So to see that again with the shirts down, shirts face down, your next motion is here, through the shirt, pull it off. Okay, so let's take a look at actually loading the shirt at what I consider production speed. Now, production speed is a good question. We get that question a lot as well. Jeffrey, how many shirts should I be printing in an hour? What's a normal rate? Again, depending on a lot of variables such as the height of the print, number of colors, amount of flash time. So for one person, 400, you should be able to do it pretty easy. So that's basically what I'm going to do here. So let's go ahead and start this press up. Might be a little loud here. I'm going to be running about 9 heads, so you get an idea of what the rock actually looks like. But we're going to dry cycle. So right now, I want to show you what roughly 1,400 shirts an hour looks like. Now, I'm not going to attempt to load this right now because I'm going to be cheating with my pedal here a little bit. This pedal is actually a pause. This is important because as we talk about the rock forward motion and the rock back, this pedal is a very important part of that. So you noticed how I rocked forward just then. My foot is now on the pedal and has paused this machine. So I'm going to come back here with my cart. I'm going to grab my shirt. Again, I like my shirts facing up. I rock forward. I come back. I let off the pedal. I rock forward. I rock back. Now again, as you get into a little bit of a routine, you're going to get a little faster. Okay, screen printers, I'm sure those tips and tricks can help you load your shirts a little straighter. Again, at the end of the day, it's personal preference. It's what works best for you. But for more tips and tricks, be sure to go to screenprinting.com and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.